Hi, my name is Vena. I'm originally from Rare, but I live in Nandi. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm John from Kornabuan, Papua. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks.
Bula, I'm Teopola.
Bula, I'm Makanisi.
We love listening to Today FM because it rocks in Ba.
Bula, my name is Tisa. I love listening to Today FM.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Tonight, QVS head boy to stamp out indiscipline. Currency smuggler arrested with $35,000. And 8,000 people in Fiji suffer from epilepsy.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
The newly appointed head boy of one of Fiji's most prestigious educational institutions has challenged his peers to stamp out major disciplinary issues at his school. This comes in the wake of the Education Ministry warning students and teachers of the much-sought Queen Victoria School that recent incidents of bullying will not be tolerated any longer. Kelly Vadala reports.
Bullying is not a new issue at most schools, and school like Queen Victoria School is no exception, where such incidents have been occurring for years.
Discipline has been a major issue in school for the past 2 weeks, and I've briefed the prefect body that, so maybe we'll start from next week and we'll go deep into the details there. I've heard of incidents that occur in school, so I'll try and see through this big issue.
Joshua Ngio has promised to quickly put an end to such violent behavior. The Education Ministry has agreed to do the same.
Last week, we were highlighted on the Fiji Times. Prefects, I do not tolerate such disciplinary action happening in the dark corners of our hostel.
The school has recently been on the spotlight for reports of bullying. At least one incident is under police investigation.
It's no good thing, you know. Like the elder people, they should respect the smaller ones, rather than bullying them.
I think it's based on their behavior and what they've been taught from home. I just heard recently about the bullying issue from my boys here, and it saddens me to hear that students are being bullied.
Some parents are now thinking of removing their children from the school and enrolling them at other institutions. But the newly appointed school head boy believes the good reputation of QVS can be retained if everyone works hard to put an end to the appalling issue of bullying. Kelly Vathala, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the Fiji Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission is investigating an alleged case of bullying at QVS. Commission Director Ashwin Raj says they received the complaint last week and are working alongside police who received 2 complaints of a similar nature involving the same school. Raj says while the students have been removed from the school, the Commission is concerned with the wider issues this case may uncover.
The Commission takes these allegations of, beatings at the QVS school very, very seriously for several reasons. I mean, this, is in breach of the child protection policy, contrary to the Convention on the Rights of the Child, as well as, the constitutionally guaranteed, rights for children in Fiji.
A 42-year-old Asian national was arrested by customs and police officers at the Nausori airport last week for currency smuggling worth $35,000. The suspect arrived from Vanuatu to Fiji at 2 p.m. last Wednesday with undeclared currency staged in her luggage. Customs officers at the Nausori airport felt suspicious and after examining her baggage recovered various currencies which included the Fiji, US, China, Hong Kong, Solomon and Vanuatu dollars. Fiji Revenue and Customs Authority Chief Executive Viswanath Das and Commissioner of Police Brigadier General Sitiveni Gilio say the success of the joint partnership continues to be felt in the criminal landscape. More than 8,000 people in Fiji are currently suffering from epilepsy. This was revealed by President Tiochi Kondrote, who says it's time Fiji unites to end the long history of bias towards epilepsy patients. Ana Ravulo tells us more.
President Kondrote says about 1% of Fijians may be affected by epilepsy, and it's time to eradicate the stigma and prejudices too often associated with it.
Epilepsy Fiji will not only help increase the general public's understanding about epilepsy, but through its various activities and observations of events like today, it can encourage more people affected by epilepsy to seek medical treatment.
Jesmawati cares for her 20-year-old daughter who has suffered epilepsy for 11 years. She says the stigma associated with it has prevented her from going to school.
She don't want to go to school. She's saying, oh, I'm sick. She can't go by bus. So she sometimes says, oh, mommy, I can't study. She faces because some of the friends, she was going to school, some of the friends tease her.
The new EGG unit launched today will go a long way in helping the Watis and others suffering from epilepsy. The unit is part of the government's effort to help those affected by epilepsy as well as patients with other neurological conditions. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Professional diplomatic skills is vital for Fiji to get the global attention it deserves. This was the message delivered by the Prime Minister to diplomats who are being put through a week-long rigorous training to harness their skills. Rachel Nath tells us more.
As a small nation, the importance of diplomacy to furthering our national interests cannot be understated.
You form the backbone of our efforts to forge successful partnerships on the international stage. Partnerships that bring opportunity and prosperity into the lives of our people.
As Fiji prepares to lead the Oceans Conference and COP23, it is important staff at the Foreign Affairs improve their skill to tell Fiji's story with our climate change battle.
And it's about clear thinking, about picking out the clear points and getting rid of the distractions and the rubbish. It's about presenting facts, ideas, arguments in clear and logical sequence. It's about being concise.
Bainimarama highlighted these staff play a vital role when it comes to international partnerships across all sectors. Therefore, they must strive to forge the best for our country at all times. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Still ahead, FBC celebrates World Radio Day. And are you ready for Cupid? Well, some surely are on the eve of Valentine's Day.
मेरा नाम कमल रोशनी है। हम लोगों में रहते हैं और मिर्ची एफएम सबसे बेस्ट स्टेशन है।
हमारा नाम मेसी है, हम गोल्ड टाउन तापुआ में रहता है और मिर्ची इज हॉट इन तापुआ।
Hi, we Bagels. We love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
निवेश तावरा में रहता है, सुनता है यहाँ मिर्ची एफएम इज वेरी हॉट।
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The containment of Asian subterranean termites, or ASTs, will be a long-term process. Biosecurity Authority of Fiji Executive Chair Xavier Riaz Khan says the infestation, while hard to eradicate, can be managed with everyone's cooperation. Edwin Nund reports.
Close to 6,000 homes in parts of Lautoka and Lambasa have been damaged by the termites.
If we don't take ownership, if we continue moving material out of the infested zone, then we'll be not able to mitigate or suppress the issue which we have on hand.
The Biosecurity Authority of Fiji has used thousands of dollars to test and fumigate homes and is still using high-tech equipment to inspect for Asian subterranean termites. The real worry for the authorities is people not following restrictions on the movement of timber.
It's very important for Fijians to take the ownership and have that basic understanding that maybe a timber is timber, but if you're building your house with untreated timber in an infested zone, then you're basically asking for more risks.
Biosecurity Fiji says carelessness could put the tourism industry at risk.
We have to understand that we have a very good tourism industry. We have a lot of infrastructure developments and so on. So the impact of introduction of termites may have significant impact on the trade.
Plenty of the people, like the people are working in the office or something like that, they don't know about the timber. It's treated, what's treated, it's not treated, they don't know.
Sometimes the termites come back, sometimes they don't. There are a lot of termites here in Saru Beck Road.
Work has begun to improve Fiji's building codes to include protection against pests and chemical treatment of timber. This will apply to all new construction, whether it's for homes or commercial purposes. Edwin Nund, FBC News.
A student charged for his alleged involvement in a fire which killed 5 people in Arere Navosai 2 years ago took the stand in the High Court today. Matthew Ngunua faces 5 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, aiding and abetting, arson, and 1 count of damaging property. Pranita Prakash reports.
The Papua New Guinea National told court that a day before the fire, he had accompanied Binesh Prasad to Nandi to pick up a friend from the airport, but was later told his friend was not coming. The next day, while on their way to Suva, Prasad made a stop in Tavua and gave $50 to Ngunua to buy a knife, a file and glove. Ngunua said they made another stop in Rakiraki where Prasad gave him $20 to buy 3 containers which they later filled with fuel in Korovo. He said that on their way from Rakiraki to Nosori, Prasad said he was worried for his wife and daughter because his in-laws were practicing black magic. Ngunua testified that after having some drinks the same evening, he asked Prasad to give him taxi fare so he could go home. However, he said Prasad asked him to place the containers filled with fuel and the knife in front of his house. Ngunua said he put the containers in front of the house but fearing possible trouble, hid the knife in a flower garden and then left. The next day, police officers went to his residence when he was not home and asked his family to tell Ngunua to present himself at the Nasinu police station. When Ngunua went to the police station, he said he was shocked and scared when police officers allegedly said he and Prasad had started a house fire that killed 5 people. The trial continues tomorrow. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Despite being over 100 years old, radio is still one of the world's most popular ways of exchanging information and providing entertainment. While celebrating World Radio Day today, FBC radio manager Shami Lochin said this is a day to remember the unique power of radio and how it touches lives and brings people together around the country. Saniani Boiler reports.
Radio provides social interchange and education for people all over the world. Lochan says all FBC radio stations will continue bringing the best to their listeners.
We have played a vital role and contributed towards the growth of the society. Radio is unique because it touches people's lives, and we also I'd like to say as Manager Radio that we, with our 6 radio stations, we prioritize our listeners. We don't look down to our listeners. We don't belittle them. We make them feel so special. And this is World Radio Day theme is Radio is You.
For Nur Begum, radio ensures citizens are included in the discussions and decisions that affect their lives.
Radio world is a world of its own. It's a mind theater, and I'm so glad that I got an opportunity to get into this world and be a friend to people. It's an unjudgmental friend, radio, and information and education and entertainment.
Radio saves lives during natural disasters, provides entertainment, and gives journalists a platform to report facts and inform the public. The first World Radio Day was officially celebrated in 2012. Sainyani Mboila, FBC News.
Government auditors were today reminded of the role they play in ensuring the interests of all Fijians is always at the forefront of government's agenda. President Chiochi Kondote, while delivering the keynote address at the rollout of the new financial audit manual, says the profession is not only highly technical and sophisticated, it is an essential element of any democratic society. Kondote says it is the responsibility for auditors to keep public officers accountable. The Miss World Fiji 2017 was launched at the Grand Pacific Hotel today. National Director Andy Blake says they will begin casting in Lautoka on March 11th, in Nandi on March 18th, on the 25th in Suva, and April 1st in Lautoka.
I think that we still haven't found the jewel of Miss World, because every time we do castings in the main center, we tend to forget outside of the main centers. And I believe that by going into the into centers like Lambasa and into Lautoka this year as well, we will probably find that diamond in the rough. So I'm sure that the new Miss World is hiding somewhere in these centers.
Less than 5 hours until Valentine's Day, businesses were putting in the final touches for that inevitable last-minute rush to grab something lovely for that special someone. Maggie Boyle caught up with one of the busiest businesses on the day, the local florists here in the capital.
Love is in the air. Even the council is in on the act, and some unlikely love bugs too at the currency exchange. For these florists, Valentine's is not only their busiest day, it's also their best in terms of sales.
So far we have more than 129 confirmed orders. We have other people that have inquired online, which we are waiting for. That's like another 80. We never expected that mad rush.
Every year we look forward to Valentine's.
And while the single stem rose is one of the most sought after, it's the local variety that's stealing more hearts.
A lot of people just come by and they ask for the rose, but we're selling the local flowers more than the rose.
People are still ringing to come tomorrow.
For some, tomorrow will simply be another day.
Nah, I have work tomorrow.
I've planned to surprise my girlfriend with some of gifts.
No, I don't think so. Nothing special, just another ordinary day.
Because every day for me is a Valentine's Day. For all those infected with all that is Valentine's, by now the finishing touches are done and dusted. For the rest of us, we're thankful tomorrow is another day to get it sorted, or simply to say, I love you. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Rachel is here now with the very latest from the world of business.
Good evening. Coming up in business tonight, Korean investors show interest. And later on in Growing Fiji, landmark Suva Hotel undergoes renovations.
And later on in sports, Jamie will have the very latest from here and abroad.
Hola, we from Latoka. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is Kanto. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Mula Fiji, my name is Florence Ratu. I'm from Call Number 1 in Tavua, and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits every day and all day.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm from the soccer crazy town of Ba. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Leading our business segment tonight, more Korean investors are showing interest in the Fijian economy and are exploring various investment opportunities. An 8-member delegation from the Korea-Fiji Friendship Association had preliminary discussions with Investment Fiji on Friday. Chief Executive Godo Milatut says the delegation is in the country to gather knowledge and explore the various investment opportunities and incentives provided by the Fiji government. These Korean investors are interested in agriculture, renewable energy, tourism and the manufacturing sector. The delegation is now expected to meet the potential investors in Korea to inform them about the opportunities in Fiji. Some parts of Lambasa town are always prone to flood during heavy rain, and business owners are not taking the risk this time around with a heavy rain warning in place for land areas of Vanuatu. Eleanor Tarangaview reports.
About 20 businesses are located along Sangam Road in Lambasa town, an area always underwater during heavy downpour.
From so many years back, the drainage, the piping is very thin, not very wide. That's why it's a drainage problem.
This is a picture of the same road underwater exactly a month ago. With the heavy rain alert in place, business owners here want the drainage to be fixed as soon as possible.
The flooding causes all the people from coming in our restaurant, and all the vehicles, they don't get parking over here, and then the customers don't come.
The current weather system has also affected the fishing business in Lambasa. At least one fisherman we spoke to says business is slack.
At the moment, still no fishermen being out in the sea since starting from last week and this week again.
Otherwise, it was business as usual in Lambasa town today. According to the weather office, rain will redevelop from later tomorrow. Eleanor Turangeview, FBC News.
A lot of movement on our stock market last week. Elizabeth from HFC Bank brings us the details.
Absolutely. There was lots of movement. The South Pacific Stock Exchange recorded 16 transactions with 17,409 shares traded, totaling $39,276. Amongst the price gainers for last week were Freebird Institute Limited, which gained 8 cents to close the week at $2.08. Vision Investments Limited gained 4 cents to close at $2.08 as well, and Fijian Holdings Limited gained 2 cents to close at $4.10. Consequent to the positive price gains, the aggregate market value of listed shares rose by 0.34% and now stands at a value of $1.33 billion. And that's the wrap from our local stock market. Now to Wall Street. Last Friday, stocks again rose to records as oil gains and bonds slipped. The S&P 500 rose 0.4% to a record 2,316.47 at 4 p.m. in New York, while the Dow Jones also climbed 0.4% to 20,223.
On to today's exchange rates. The Chinese yuan and the American dollar rose to close at $3.27 and 47 cents respectively, while a contrast in our regional currency as the Australian dollar closed at 61 cents and the New Zealand dollar closed at 65 cents, while the PNG kina rose to close at $1.29. On to the commodities market. Oil rose by 83 cents to close at $53.86 a barrel, while gold dropped to close at $1,228 an ounce and silver closed at $17.95 an ounce. In our Growing Fiji tonight, a number of developments are being undertaken across the country. One such development is the upgrading of Suva's iconic Peninsula International Hotel. FBC News understands the renovation to the hotel started late last year and is expected to be completed this year. This upgrade includes a new look to the exterior of the hotel and a new restaurant called Hillcrest that's extended to the outside of the hotel. The renovation is intended to enhance the hotel's traffic, which would in turn be a boost for our tourism sector. And that's it from the business desk tonight. Here's Jamie with the latest in sports.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening. Coming up, preparations going well for Nandi Aviators ahead of champion versus champion matchup.
Well, what they tell Rokuta, my Honokula and Rasa Lotoka, the Talenta Navarro on a radio free one.
Bulan Arango Fina, my Corviri Nandi, Auto Talitaka Navarro and a radio Fiji one. Na programa ni mas masu na mataklailai.
Oya ochone kurinambila mai bunangoro na makete hinga toka kwe do taletakini na Navarro na Radio Fiji 1 gena na Domoiviti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoiviti na vonga ni BNN.
The Vodafone Fiji Under-17 side was held by the Solomon Islands 1-1 in the Oceania Championship opener in Tahiti today. Ratundao put Fiji ahead in the third minute, but the opponents fought back to equalize in the second spell. Meanwhile, in matches yesterday, host Tahiti edged Vanuatu 1-0. The goal was scored in the first half. The second match of day one was a 5-goal thriller with New Caledonia beating Papua New Guinea 3-2, the winner coming in the 94th minute of the match from the penalty spot. The Rakaraki football side will open its campaign in the Vodafone Premier League against Suva on Sunday. It won't be easy though going for the newcomers as they face the capital city side at the ANZ Stadium. In the match of the round, Lambasa hosts Nandi at Subriel Park on Saturday, then the Jet Setters take on Reketi on Sunday. The Nandi Aviators have an air of confidence as they prepare for the matchup against the PNG Tigers in the annual champion versus champion match this weekend. The side is also positive that its home crowd advantage will provide the extra boost it needs to take on its determined visitors. Melitavanga reports.
Adverse weather in Nandi last week did not deter the Nandi Aviators from preparing for the annual Fiji-PNG clash. The team is made up of top players from Nandi clubs such as Sambeto Roosters, Nandi Eels and Ravo Ravo Rabbitohs.
The last few weeks, the only hindrance was the weather, but I didn't, I can say, our preparation.
While popular in Fiji, the home side knows this match is a huge event for the people of PNG.
We know they are very passionate about their game. This is like sevens to them. So I'm sure we have quite prepared well.
Coach Tawaki is confident his players will deliver on the field.
The Aviators has been doing well from the last season. We have 3 who are about to leave for New Zealand this week. So we are replacing them.
The captain says they won't let their home crowd down when they face the tough Tigers.
It's a big boost for us, but we'll have a lot of support from our home crowd and we will play our hearts out.
The Aviators knows the Tigers will come out strong this weekend. It will be a tough physical competition with the pride of both Fiji and PNG on the line. Melitawanga, FBC Sports.
The stage is set for the annual Fiji Sports Awards with 11 awards up for grabs this year. After a successful cocktail event last Friday where the 64 nominees were revealed, the excitement levels amongst the local sporting bodies have gone up a notch. Meli Tavanga reports.
With just 4 more days until the awards, the Fiji Sports Council say the venue is ready and they're looking forward to the event.
Thank you all for coming. We look forward to a wonderful night and I look forward to seeing you all next Friday at the Sports Awards dinner at the Vodafone Arena.
Former national athlete Joseph Rodden says local athletes deserve to be recognized for their efforts.
Brought the country together. What else can bring the country together? Not even politicians, not even good speakers, but sports brought the country together.
Meanwhile, 49-year-old Paralympic national table tennis rep Mary Rodden says being nominated as the best sportswoman of the year is something she will always cherish.
Disabilities or young women with disabilities, I would like them not to look at their disability, but look at their special abilities.
A total of 64 nominees from 17 different sporting bodies are vying for the 11 awards that will be given out on Friday at Suva's Vodafone Arena. Melitawanga, FBC Sports.
The Vodafone Fiji 7th side returned to camp today to prepare for the next leg of the World Series. The team does not have too much time though, with less than 3 weeks to the start of the Las Vegas event. Coach Gareth Baber is expected to take his first training run with the team at the Uprising Beach Resort tomorrow morning. The Chiefs have honoured the memory of fallen All Black Sean Ilawaki by winning the inaugural Brisbane Global Rugby 10s title last night. The emotionally charged All-Kiwi final saw the Chiefs claim a 12-5 victory over the previously undefeated Crusaders. Scotland's search for its first Six Nations rugby win in Paris since 1999 continues, following France's 22-16 victory in a tense contest earlier today. It was a surreal test that gave France 6 penalties as the Scottish were denied what they hoped would be a memorable victory. That's it from sports tonight. Angie joins you with weather later on, but after the break, find out about Google's new user assistant that should be available soon. That's coming up.
I'm Andrea Sorbakroa of Neabu Wendibuga Telebu. Whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Kano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Need a personal assistant on the go? Google will be bringing one for you on your very own devices. Time for Weather Now, and Angie is here with the very latest.
Good evening and welcome to my world. Hope your weekend was great and you're all set for another wet work week. Yes, it's all gloomy and showers again this week with a heavy rain warning in force for the Fiji group as a trough of low pressure lies slow moving over Fiji. Meanwhile, one more visitor. Expect another trough of low pressure accompanied by clouds and bands of rain to affect us by tomorrow afternoon. Now let's see what it was like in the west. Well, conditions were mostly cloudy, with Nadi recording 30 degrees while Lautoka and Ba were a degree higher at 31. The temps were quite high for a cloudy day. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, cloudy periods prevailed. There is a high chance of evening showers. And up north, few showers dropped by and it was humid as Lambasa recorded 32 degrees while Savo was at 30. There is an increasing chance of heavier showers overnight, so be on guard. For tomorrow, some cloudiness and gloominess like today, but the afternoon hours will have all showers in all the major centers. Do keep your umbrellas handy. Also having a look at tomorrow's temperatures. It will be cloudy. It looks like Nadi and Lautoka are in some for heat with highs of 30 and lows of 23. Looking further on to Wednesday, Viti Levu can expect some morning showers while Vanua Levu can get ready for some heavy rain overnight. At sea, northwest winds 20 to 25 knots, gusting up to 35 knots, rough to very rough seas. And if you love fishing, the next low tide is at 8:24 tonight with a high tide tomorrow at 2:44 a.m. So if you're planning on catching that incoming tide tomorrow morning, remember, it will be dark. And that's FBC weather for tonight, Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. On Fijian Pulse today, we ask, is school bullying getting out of hand?
I think it's good to increase detention for students who bully. If schools don't pay attention to these cases, bully cases will still increase.
Students should be given punishment because some of these students' behaviors are just too much.
It's not the students' responsibilities to punish other students. It's the teachers to decide on what punishment to give.
One way we could reduce these cases is for students to tell parents whatever is happening in school.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, more than 200 whales stranded on a remote beach in New Zealand on Saturday have refloated themselves and returned to sea. But conservation officials have warned that they could still turn back to the beach at Farewell Spit, South Island. Recapping the main stories for tonight, QVS head boy to stamp out and discipline, currency smuggler arrested with $35,000, and 8,000 people in Fiji suffer from epilepsy. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To the poll question now, we are asking. First, the results from last week's poll question. We had asked, are Fijians taking fire safety seriously? A massive 80% replied no. This week, we are asking, has Gareth Baber impressed in his first two outings as Fiji Sevens coach? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, how about this for shot of the day? This shot sent in by Vanoa LG shows the sunset in Narere towards the Rewa Delta. Again, the Fijian sunset lighting up the skies and natural beauty that makes Fiji the way it is. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. Until next time, from the team and I, good night.
From Lautoka, we love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is Kanto. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Mula Fiji, my name is Florence Ratu. I'm from Core Number 1 in Tavua, and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits every day and all day.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm from the soccer crazy town of Ba. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM,
Only the classic hits.